7 elements of digital storytelling. The first one is the point of view. A point of view allows the narrator to explain his perspective on the subject of the story. The following clip is from a documentary that talks about refugees. The clip represents the narrator's point of view.
What happened to me, my family, let's forget, but they can't. Terrifying.
The narrator's point of view here is that it's a very hard thing to lose your family and not knowing anything about them. It's horrible.
I miss my father. I don't have any information about him. I don't know if he's still even alive. I really miss him. But this war here, then you go without saying bye. It's here. In my heart, I didn't have peace. Because I didn't know where is my sister.
The second is a dramatic question. A dramatic question is a question that introduces the problem and is resolved at the end of the documentary. The next clip is from a documentary that talks about the abortion of thousands of girls in India.
How can you go ahead and deliver?
The dramatic question here is, how can you be so sexist that you're killing an entire gender?
And how will the world go on without it?
The third one is emotional content. The purpose of emotional content is to evoke emotion from the audience. The next clip is from the documentary talking about a boy called Philip who has a genetic disease.
Pregnancy, everything was normal with Philip. It was a great pregnancy, perfect delivery, everything was wonderful. He was happy, always happy. And he was a chubby little guy, always smiling. It was just a delightful baby to have.
I remember Phil being in a walker up there at your mom's house. And he's going all over the place. I was amazed. I was like, and I'm saying, wow, this kid's he's my basketball center.
The emotional content in this clip is how the parents explain how they took the horrible news of their child's disease, explaining how it was and remains to be very difficult for them.
And then he just stopped pushing the walker around.
He was able to stand, and then suddenly he wasn't able to stand anymore.
Poked and probed and this test and that test, and they still couldn't figure out what was going on. I just was to the point where saying, how much do you want to put this little baby through? I asked God, I said, God, why are you doing this to this little boy?
And at that point, that's when the doctors made the diagnosis.
And she came in and she was talking all big words and all medical terms. And I caught something in there saying 7. And she got up and she goes, okay, I guess to give us a moment. And she walked out of the room and I remember looking at Angela and said, she's telling me that I'm going to have my till he's 7. That's it. And I remember I wanted to hit somebody because I just felt right away it was a lie. Because there's no way that I'm only going to have it until 7.
I asked her, I said, well, what can I do for him? She said, nothing. I said, nothing? As a mother, you tell me I can do nothing for my child. There's no medicine to make him better. It was something that we just couldn't fix.
The fourth one is the gift of your voice. Students, actors, narrators get the chance to record themselves narrating their own scripts. The next clip is from the same documentary that talks about refugees. Here, the boy who is speaking explains how he lost his family by recording his voice.
My father was a doctor and was studying. In 2003, the civilian war entered into our village. They wanted to kill my dad. When they came, my father was not around.
Here, the boy is explaining how he lost his family through recording his voice.
Now, someone among you is going to pay. Then we shoot. They killed my mom, who gave birth to me. I was shocked. I was touched because I've never seen killing someone at my presence. And I got much fear. That's the reason why I took my brothers. Now I'm the father of my brothers and my sister. Sometimes they ask me, where is daddy? I don't know. I'm not sure if he's alive or not. I feel bad because I could be a father late, but not now. I'm too young. Living as a refugee, there are so many difficulties. Continue living a bad life in poverty, it is difficult. It is difficult.
The fifth one is pacing. The speed of the story is how fast or slow it goes. It helps keep the audience interested and emotionally attached. The next clip is from the documentary that talks about Refugees United.
They were aware of each other's existence now. Suddenly there was life again. Suddenly there was something to live for. I definitely looked at that person. He looked at me, and we didn't say a word. We were completely speechless. This couldn't be us as much as it was them. You know, we were just lucky being born on the other side of the fence. That was really it. These were two brothers that had the same kind of relationship that we've shared. All these experiences taught us to say, look, today, every possibility at our fingertips compared to a refugee. Now, what we realized was that there is no place for them to go. We kind of looked at each other and went, well, obviously we have to go this. The UNHCR estimates at the end of 2009,
The speed here is quite slow, making the moment dramatic and so generating an emotional response from the audience.
displaced people worldwide. Many separated from family and friends by conflict and relocation, with no way of finding their loved ones.
The sixth one is soundtrack. The music of the story is very important. It can make scenes very intense or dramatic. It helps make a point clear, which results in the audience being more emotionally attached to the story. The next clip is from the same documentary that talks about Philly and his disease.
Here we go, Billy. We're going all the way. All the way. Keep going. Keep going. Come on, we're going to touch that wall. Oh, it's going back. Keep turning.
The soundtrack here is slow and matches the clip well, which makes the audience more emotionally attached.
He can move his legs freely in the water. He just lets himself go. I try to stay in as long as possible. Floating? Or I usually sing with my floating. He challenges himself to hold his breath. That's part of his training.
If he had his choice, he'd be in the water 24/7. I'd like to be right next to him because I love being in the water too.
The final one is economy. The economy is the length of the movie. The script is limited because the longer the movie, the more expensive it is. This can be an advantage as it's now possible for short movies to be played during classes. The next clip is from the same documentary that talks about Philly and his disease.
He just inspires us to be together. He wants all of us to remember that we're important to each other.
The economy is limiting the script as the bigger the script, the more expensive it gets. And so documentaries and movies now are shortened. However, that's an advantage as it's more difficult for the audience to get bored and it allows students to watch them during classes.
1,000 more children just like Philip. I wouldn't want to change. Other than his condition, that I would change. But him himself,